we can send the message, not here, not in Tukwila. We want Tukwila to be beautiful. Those are the words of Katrina Dohn, who led a community effort just days ago to wash away the new wave of graffiti in her city. She's an inspiration and she's with us. Katrina, welcome to Spirit 105.3. How are you?
I am doing great, thanks. How are you?
Well, I'm just delighted to meet you over the phone and to hear about this wonderful spontaneous cleanup that happened in Tukwila. I got to ask you first, Katrina. I mean, so many of us, we see something like graffiti and we shake our head and we move on. Why did you decide to do something?
Because I love my community. It's a community that's a wonderful place to live, and it just makes it look horrible, and it invites crime. And we want this to be a place where people feel safe, that they can call home in all of the good meanings of that word. And if somebody doesn't do anything, it's just going to sit there, and crime invites crime. There's a huge body of research that shows that when that is allowed to stay, more people will come do more. And the flip side of that is when you stand up to issues like that, the crime decreases. The impact on the whole community is so wide-reaching. So I'm kind of a doer, and I talked to our Tukwila Police Information Officer, and he said, yep, let's do something. And it was less than 24 hours between when we talked and when we got together. We just put it together spontaneously, said, let's see who comes, and whatever we're able to tackle, that's that much that's gone.
And I heard a bunch of you showed up, even spent your own money on some of the cleaning supplies. What did it feel like getting that done together?
You know, the togetherness was one of the most wonderful parts of this, and that was a whole nother layer of benefit. Yes, we got rid of a lot of the graffiti, not all of it. We have more work to do. But when you work together on a project like this, relationships are built, connections happen between people that wouldn't ordinarily connect, and you're building a strong community at the same time. So we had a great time, got to know each other on a different level. There were kids that were helping out, so they got to see role models of people taking responsibility for their community. We had a brand new police officer who's just signed on, so he got to know Tukwila.
Wow.
Yeah, so a whole other layer of strengthening our community as we keep our community as crime-free as we can and as nice-looking as we can. Some of the kids took on the challenge of picking up litter at some of the sites. And I thought, you know what? I'll bet later if they're ever tempted to litter, they'll think twice because of what they had the opportunity to do.
Wow. What was your favorite moment of the entire day, Katrina? Is there a snapshot that you'll never forget?
That's a great question. I think part of it is the people that came out and commented as they saw us. We're a community that is highly, highly diverse. We have people from all over the world. We're a resettlement community for the International Rescue Committee. So we have people wherever there's turmoil in the world, we know we'll see those folks living in our community shortly thereafter. And we had people from all different ethnicities who happened to be out and about that would come up and ask us, what are you doing? And just being able to explain and show them that this is how we take care of our community. This is what we do. This is what we do here. This is what Tukwila is. And having those conversations and sharing that perspective with some of our newer residents was wonderful. This one was put together very short notice. We had many people that responded and said, if I'd known sooner, I could have changed things. We said, we're going to make this a regular. And the hope is to draw in residents from all different parts of our community. We have generational residents, and we have very brand new residents who've just arrived here from literally all over the world. And we hope to be able to join those groups and work together on building our community.
It's incredible. Katrina, I wasn't surprised at all to hear that you're a retired teacher. I mean, I guess once you're a difference maker, you're always a difference maker.
Yeah, that's kind of my personality, too. If I see something that needs to be done, I like to dive in and do it because it's not going to change itself.
I mean, you're right. It takes each one of us getting involved. How would you encourage somebody who would love to be a part of something like this, but they're a little shy? What would you say to encourage them to jump in?
I would encourage them just come out and try it. Join. You'll meet wonderful people. No one person can do everything, but everybody can do something. And together, those people who might be hesitant or who maybe only have a half hour of time, they're not going to change the whole community. But when we put all those efforts together, it adds up to a huge effort and a huge difference in the community and that layer of connectedness. You won't walk away the same as you were when you walked in there. You'll meet somebody you didn't know. You'll think about the community a little bit differently. You'll look at it differently as you drive down the road. I know I now have to be careful because I find myself looking at utility boxes to see if they need painting. So I have to drive carefully as I look at the utility boxes.
I love it.
But yeah, once you've given a little bit, it changes your perspective on what you as an individual can do. Every individual matters.
I just knew I was going to love talking with you. Thank you so much for taking some time for us on Spirit 105.3, and thank you for catching the spirit in Tukwila.
Oh, thank you for reaching out. My hope also is that this might inspire other communities to think about doing this, because these are issues in my current job. Now that I'm not teaching, I drive to communities all over, and I see communities that are covered in graffiti. And I hope maybe this will inspire other people to kind of take back their community and make it wonderful for the residents.
I am believing that with you 100%. I just want you to know. Thank you so much. And I look forward to talking again as this cleanup effort grows and grows.
Yes, it will. And feel free to reach out anytime.
I will. God bless you, my friend. It's good to know you.
You also. Thank you so much.